and welcome back to another video. Canadian prepper now is doing prepper news. If you want to know more about the doom and gloom of geopolitics, World War III, tune onto his website, Prepper News. As for preparedness, Canadian prepper, okay. This game, I think one of his last videos, you know, it really makes you think, makes you reason why certain things happen. This is a scenario. I think everyone knows in the world what is happening in the last few days in Los Angeles, in America. Riots, so-called pro-immigrant groups are stopping these federal ICE agents are arresting these illegals to have them deported. And it seems like where these people are going to raid ICE, the mob already knows in advance because they leaked out. There must be an insider in the federal government, or an agent provocateur. And these riots, you know, they tend to be a good excuse for President Donald Trump sending the military, which he sent 700 Marines, the Stars, instead of the National Guard. And obviously the California governor's defying him because he's a Democrat. Trump is Republicans. And this social uprising, if it gets out of hand, it will spread to other cities. There are signs in Texas, Austin to be precise, and probably where these ICE agents are going to do raids and do mass arrests of illegals and illegitimately have them deported. Well, isn't it a cover-up situation regarding Russia and NATO and proxy Ukraine? Because in the Sea Baltica there is a plane just off the coast of Russia which is getting so close, you know, not that close to go into Russian airspace yet, taking photos, spying. It's an invitation to be shot down, and therefore it makes the West's day. They invoke Article 5 and so on. Events which are happening in America, social disorder, it's probably a good idea to impose martial law and have a good old witch hunt for dissidents who do not follow the narrative. Dystopian society, Big Brother, all that stuff, all the 9 yards regarding that. Preparing probably every city for another event, and whatever type it is. World War III, because even in the Middle East with Iran and Israel, things can heat up there. So it's basically they're taking away our attention from that part of the world and tend to focus on domestic things in America, civil disorder. And this is a good fertile ground for civil unrest, many say. But some say these are just a bunch of people who managed to overcome the Los Angeles police. Remember, Los Angeles police, if there still are, a paramilitary group trained as a law enforcement agent, they will fall in the trap of these so-called hooligans lefties, pro-immigration stuff, and all that shit. Because the scapegoat and the boogeyman will be illegal immigrants, legit to deport them, but they would just turn it into something else to exploit, to drag into something, probably a war, tyranny. They'll say, these are the ones are destroying society, causing chaos and panic. In a certain thing, yes, because if you let these illegals free to circulate in the country, you know, tensions will grow more bigger, then they will become really out of control, and the numbers eventually grow into increase. So it's a bit of a problem now. To deport them in mass. Obviously you always have those lefty working fanatics, pro-illegals and all that stuff, like which is occurring in America. And some say these people, not in huge numbers, these so-called protesters, peaceful protesters, which American mass media define, like CNN or ABC or other networks, which are all liberal narrative, basically. They're lefties, they are. And as these tensions rise, there's a possibility things will only get worse. Martial law, curfews, catch witch hunting for dissidents who don't follow the narrative. It's all fertile ground for that stuff. Fertile ground for the dystopian Big Brother society, which is dawning in a certain way. And we, the most of the people, do not realise it comes in a Trojan horse. And then tyranny will rear its ugly head. And obviously they always need a constant enemy to fight, to get the punters involved in some type of war effort against someone, some public enemy. Otherwise tyrannies won't exist without having a so-called invented enemy of that moment.